She disappeared when the spotlight was brightest, returned when no one expected it, and walked away with the most powerful title of the night. Zhao Lusi's victory at Tencent Video All Star Night 2025 wasn't just shocking, it rewrote the rules of survival in the Chinese entertainment industry. The entertainment industry never waits. It replaces. It forgets. And it moves on. Fast. For months, Zhao Lusi's name slowly faded from headlines. No red carpets. No promotional tours. No glamorous appearances lighting up social media feeds. Instead, there was silence. A silence that made fans anxious. A silence that sparked fear. Because in this industry, silence often means the end. Zhao Lusi wasn't just resting. She was fighting, quietly, through physical exhaustion and mental strain that forced her to step away from the world she had built with her own hands. Many thought this pause would cost her everything. Momentum, relevance, influence. History had taught us that once an actress disappears for too long, the industry rarely offers second chances. And yet, on the night of Tencent Video All Star Night 2025, her name echoed louder than ever. Most influential artist of the year. Gasps filled the room. Fans froze. Even industry insiders hesitated. How could someone who had just returned from recovery stand above everyone else? The answer wasn't visible on that stage. To understand this victory, you have to look beyond trophies and trending charts. Zhao Lusi's journey has never been about perfection. It has been about endurance. While others raced forward, she was forced to stop. While new faces flooded the industry, she focused on survival, not competition. Behind closed doors, recovery wasn't glamorous. It wasn't inspirational quotes or dramatic comebacks. It was uncertainty, fear, and the haunting question every artist dreads. What if the world forgets me? But something remarkable happened during her absence. Instead of losing influence, her presence grew stronger. Fans didn't leave. They waited. They protected her name. They defended her silence. Because Zhao Lusi didn't disappear emotionally. Even while recovering, she remained connected, through small gestures, quiet acknowledgements, and sincerity that couldn't be manufactured. Her influence transformed. It was no longer about how often she appeared. It was about how deeply she mattered. And in an industry obsessed with speed, Zhao Lusi proved something rare. Sometimes, stepping back creates a louder echo than pushing forward. But the night Zhao Lusi won did not arrive without controversy. As her name was announced, conversations immediately erupted across fandom spaces and industry circles alike. Some voices whispered questions that always follow a powerful comeback. Was this victory purely about Zhao Lusi herself? Or was it amplified by the enormous influence of a platform as dominant as Tencent Video? It's an unavoidable discussion in modern entertainment. Streaming platforms shape visibility. They decide who is seen, when, and how often. But visibility alone does not create devotion. If influence could be manufactured, the industry would be filled with legends by default. Yet we know that isn't true. Many artists appear endlessly and leave no lasting impact at all. Zhao Lusi's influence didn't grow because she was everywhere. It grew because she was missed. During her absence, something shifted. The conversation around had changed tone. Fans didn't just talk about her dramas, they talked about her as a person. About her well-being. About her strength. About her silence. And silence, when chosen for survival rather than avoidance, can be louder than any promotion. Her award wasn't tied to one single project. It wasn't about numbers alone. It was about emotional gravity. Audiences didn't rally around her because she demanded attention. They rallied because they felt connected to her vulnerability. In a world saturated with perfect images and endless performances, Zhao Lusi's honesty became her most powerful presence. She reflected something rarely acknowledged in entertainment, that stepping back is sometimes an act of courage, not weakness. And that courage resonated far beyond the screen. Behind every comeback, there is often a truth the camera never fully captures. Recovery is not a straight line. Strength is not built alone. As Zhao Lusi navigated her most fragile period, one name quietly surfaced again and again: Liu Yuning. Not through grand announcements, not through dramatic headlines, but through consistency. Support, when genuine, doesn't ask to be seen. Liu Yuning's presence during Zhao Lusi's recovery was described as steady and sincere, a source of encouragement that didn't pressure her to return faster, shine brighter, or prove anything to anyone. In an industry driven by competition, that kind of support is rare. He didn't define her story. He didn't stand in front of it. He stood beside it. And that distinction matters. For fans, this added emotional depth to Zhao Lusi's journey. It reminded them that strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's built through quiet reassurance, through knowing someone believes in you even when the world isn't watching. That support didn't diminish Zhao Lusi's achievement. It humanized it. Because no one survives alone, not even stars. When she stood on that stage, the confidence in her voice wasn't just the confidence of success. It was the calm of someone who had been allowed the space to heal without being abandoned. And that calm was powerful. Zhao Lusi's victory at Tencent Video All Star Night 2025 wasn't a triumphant return fueled by noise. It was a return shaped by patience. She didn't chase relevance. She didn't rush her healing. She didn't apologize for stepping away. Instead, she redefined what influence truly looks like. Influence is not how often you appear. It's how deeply you are felt when you do. This award became a symbol, not just for her career, but for anyone who has ever feared being forgotten during their weakest moments. It proved that rest does not erase worth. That survival itself can become a legacy. Zhao Lusi didn't come back trying to be who she once was. She came back as someone stronger, not because she suffered, but because she endured. And as her journey continues, expectations will rise again. The spotlight will return. The industry will move just as fast as it always has. But now, Zhao Lusi stands differently within it. Not just as a successful actress, but as a reminder. A reminder that resilience creates deeper impact than constant visibility. That vulnerability can coexist with power. And that sometimes, the bravest thing an artist can do is disappear long enough to survive. Her story doesn't end here. It expands. And for countless people watching quietly from their own struggles, Zhao Lusi's journey whispers something unforgettable. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to pause. And when you return, you don't have to prove anything to be worthy of standing at the top again.